box is always full of home day questions, which we love. So today we've got one for Sharon from our viewer, Rosa.
Hi, Sharon. We're looking for suggestions for our garage doors, man door, and our front door. Not sure if we should keep them all the same color or some should stay white. Any suggestions are welcome. Thank you.
Oh, Rosa. I only have one thing I want to say to Rosa. Can I move in?
Right?
I love her spot. It looks beautiful, but like so many of our viewers, she needs some exterior help in terms of color.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, when you're picking exterior colors and finishes, you want to think about the landscape and your neighbors, which it doesn't seem like she has any, which is
Yes.
good. But I think the house fits really nicely into the landscape. So they did a really good job of choosing all of the cladding and all of the finishes.
Yeah.
But like everybody that has a new home, they always ask about the front door because it looks kind of unfinished, right, when it's
Yeah.
white. So the front door is like a biggie. And then, of course, the garage door, which, again, she did take some close-ups for me. So those are areas that can be a bit of a concern. And so I did a few little samples digitally, which I am going to show you.
The thing about the garage doors is they are a significant amount of space.
It is.
They look like two big eyes looking at you, right?
Exactly.
So if there's such a contrast, maybe they want to take that down
exactly.
a bit.
You kind of want to tone it down, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. So again, I did play around with some colors, but I wanted to say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. We get lots of pictures. Thank you for sending them in.
Yeah.
But I actually went out and sourced, because she was kind enough to tell me the sample she had. I sourced the stone and the siding so I could be sure that the colors that I was selecting are good. So keep that in mind.
Very good. But you always go to town for our viewers. You really do. You go all the way in, and so that's really good.
So that really made a difference because the picture's awesome. But she did mention in her email that she wanted to look at some blues for the front door. So I picked some of my favorites.
Yeah.
So let me show, so here's a few. Hudson Bay.
I like the
Georgian
names.
Bay, right?
Very Canadian.
And Hail Navy is like one of Benjamin Moore's top blues. And then for the garage door, I thought we could tone it down a little bit with something like Greystone. So let's take a look at the next slide.
So you're going to mix it up. You're not just doing a color for the door and for all the doors. You're not doing one color. You're mixing it up.
And that is a question that we get all the time. But I feel like the front door should stand out, and that should really be what we kind of draw our attention to. So again, I used Benjamin Moore's personal color viewer on the website, and I was able to change the front door. I got Hail Navy here, which is a nice dark version, which I really like. And then I've got Hudson Bay in the middle, so it's kind of our mid-tone. So if I make it a little bit bigger, you can kind of get a better idea there.
They're all good.
They're all really nice.
There you go.
And then Georgian Bay. And Georgian Bay is a little more lively. It's got a little bit more yellow in it, a little bit more green. So any of these I think will look fantastic. But let me show you what I decided to do.
As soon as I saw the exterior on this house, I thought blue would be good. So I'm happy that she asked for blues, because we got a lot of good ones here. And some more subtle than others.
And some more subtle. So you know what, though? I got to show you the garage door before we go to the final. The garage door, white. We talked about how we don't really want to have it white because it kind of glows, right?
Right. It's very bright contrast is what it is.
So let me just make that a little bit smaller, and you can see.
Oh, look at that.
There we go. Look at that. So that is Greystone, believe it or not.
It does not look like Greystone.
Right? It does not look like Greystone.
That looks a bit yellow.
Yes, and I spent a lot of time rendering it, but what you want to try and do is try it out in real paint before you paint. Don't trust the digital color. That's a really good example, but what it does show at least is that, toning that down will work really well.
The whole thing is gorgeous, and I love that sprawling bungalow. Remember, if you have questions for our experts, email submissions@cityline.tv. Video, pictures, we want it all. Let's go to break. More coming up.